Let's go!
Hey everybody, welcome back to another fun and exciting and hopefully informative vlog from yours truly. First of all, before I get started, I want to send a brief shout out to Mountain Dew for producing Diet Mountain Dew, which always keeps me energized and ready to entertain you all. I drink far too much of it, but you gotta die somehow. Am I right? Anyways, so we're going to talk about cardio today. Yes, cardio. That's a fun word. A lot of misconceptions about cardio these days. But before we get to that, my cardio especially, before we get to cardio, the topic of this vlog, I wanna do a reverse segue. I wanna preface this vlog with I want to talk about haters. Haters, right? Talk about an overused word. Am I right? Haters. Before I had any sort of social media notoriety, I used to see other notable social media personalities, especially in the fitness world, talk about their haters. You know, this guy's hating on me. I got haters, and I used to just shrug it off because I just thought that they were just overly sensitive. You know, I thought that if somebody didn't agree with them, they were classified as a hater, right? But as I've become more and more popular, I realized that haters do in fact exist, and I have haters, unfortunately. Now let's define what a hater is. Someone is not a hater just because they give criticism to somebody. Now, I've been an asshole, admittedly, in the past, and I'm prone to being an asshole today. I've gotten better at it, but I can still be an asshole. If somebody says, Eric, you're being a fucking asshole, that doesn't make them a hater. I would never call that person a hater. A hater is somebody who hates you and is jealous of you because of your success and what you have done. And these people will say mean shit to you, to other people about you, to try to make you feel that you aren't as successful as you actually are, or that maybe it's tainted success or whatever. You know, they want to make you, a hater's job is to make you feel worse about yourself. That's what they do, because they hate their own life. And ironically, haters haters hate their own life. So they're trying to bring you down to their level. I know that sounds like some mom and dad 5th grade pep talk shit, but it's true. It is so true. So in the past month or two, I've encountered some haters. Some people who just don't like me, whether because they're jealous, envious, they just hate me. I don't know what it is. They don't like me. And they've come at me, and they've tried to call me out for things that they're essentially fabricated. They're fabricated. And I'm going to talk about one of those things. And that's why the topic of cardio is important to me, because there seems to be some kind of gross misconception about my training and cardio in general. So, for example, I had two guys actually, when they were talking shit to me, trying to hurt my feelings, which, to be honest, guys, it's pretty tough to do. They said that I was doing excessive cardio. That's verbatim. Excessive amounts of cardio to justify the way that I eat. Let me be clear, guys. I do like the fact that my activity level allows me to eat more without getting fat. That's a bonus. But that's not why I do as much cardio as I do. Here's something, I'm going to let you guys in on a little bit of my history. I used to powerlift. I used to love powerlifting. Powerlifting is still one of my greatest loves, and that's why I still coach it. But I suffered, in about a 3 year span, I suffered a torn hamstring, and then my knees started going to shit. I started getting knee bursitis, and I tore my shoulder, a ligament in my shoulder, and I had a bunch of SI joint issues, and then I tore my hip labrum and had to get hip surgery. So, long story short, I realized that after a lot of pain and agony and frustration, that powerlifting was not for me. I just couldn't do it anymore. But I'm a competitive person. I love to push myself. So I experimented. I ran. Running didn't really jive with my hip too well. But I found that I could do the Concept 2 rower And now I have a road bike, which I haven't taken on the road yet. I'm working up to it, guys. Florida's very dangerous. These blue hairs don't know what the fuck they're doing out here. And I have a smart trainer, so I ride my bike on my smart trainer. And when people see me do an hour and a half. I do 45 minutes to an hour and a half a day. Unless I'm doing some kind of overreaching program where I'll do 2 hours, 2.5 hours. But that's very rare. And what you guys are failing to note is that endurance training, the Concept 2 and the bike are my two main forms of training. The thing that you assholes that would talk shit about it are missing the point here. This is the point. If I told you I squatted for 2.5 hours, or if I did, if I was still powerlifting and I had a 2.5 hour workout in the gym, you wouldn't bat a fucking eye, would you? No, you wouldn't. You would not. But instead, because you're looking for some ammo to come at me with, you use my cardio. Listen, guys, excessive cardio, 2.5 hours on the bike is not excessive cardio. I know guys who ride 100 miles in a day. They're out of the house for they're hours at a time. They spend the day riding their bike, and they do it on a weekly basis. Now, if I was doing, maybe 4 or 5 hours of cardio a day, you might have a case. But the fact is, guys, I'm training for longevity now. Sure, I still lift weights, but I mainly lift weights just to get a pump and to maintain the muscle that I have, because I'm not trying to be, a stick. But cardio is my main training. That's it. That's why I do what I do. I do 7 days a week. I do an hour-ish on the bike or the Concept 2 or a combination of those two things. And frankly, it tells you a lot about where the fitness community is going when the term excessive cardio, that phrase is even used. I mean, to a guy who does an hour and a half. Guys, cardio is good for your heart. It's good for your lungs. It burns calories. And I can't train the way I used to train. I used to burn way more calories in the gym, lifting heavy weights, because that shit burns a lot of calories. But I can't do that anymore. If I had my druthers, if you told me, Eric, we can repair your body and you can power lift, or you can train endurance sports, one or the other, you can't do both, you got to pick. I'm picking powerlifting 100% of the time, guys. 100%. I love powerlifting, but I can't powerlift. So I do long duration cardio. I do a lot of intervals, and I like watching stuff on my iPad. And there's nothing unhealthy about doing an hour and a half, an hour cardio a day. There's nothing unhealthy about that. As a matter of fact, I would say I'm healthier than the average bear. Now, of course, the haters will say, you're just doing that because you eat the way you do. Motherfucker, I eat like 2,500 calories a day. I don't even eat that much. You really think that taking a bite of something here and a bite of something there adds up to so much that, I burn maybe 500 calories per day in my cardio? You really think that I'm trying to outdo that? No. I have a kid. I want to live longer. I want my heart to be healthier, my lungs to be healthier, and I want to just feel better. And so far, from my blood tests, from what my doctor tells me, he said, I'm not bullshitting you, I'm one of the most in-shape guys my doctor sees. Now, granted, I'm in Sarasota, Florida, so he probably sees a bunch of old motherfuckers, but the fact is, I'm in the best shape of my life, and really, there's nothing else you haters can do to bring me down. So, that's it, guys. That's 2 take-home points here. Do not let haters get you down. 99% of the time, closer to 100% of the time, somebody talks shit to you on the internet, it's because their life sucks and they're mad that your life is way better than theirs. Number 2, cardio is not bad. It's not a bad word. I'm not advising you to do 5 or 6 hours a day. Okay? I'm not advising you to ignore your family or your job in order to do cardio, to be leaner. But an hour-ish a day, not going to hurt anything, okay? So, that wraps it up. Comments, as usual, down here. I'm sure some haters are going to come out of the woodwork. I'm ready for you. Bring it. Give me your best shot. I cannot wait to block you motherfuckers. I cannot wait. And for those of you who want to keep it positive and want to talk, maybe ask me some more questions about my current training. I don't want to bore you guys in the video with all that shit. You can ask me questions down below. And that's it. Until next time, stay strong and do your cardio.
Let's go!